Welcome to the Cheshire Pension Fund's video guide on how to upload your monthly interfacing files through the new employer portal, the Cheshire Employer Hub. In this video, we'll guide you through the process from start to finish. For today's tutorial, we'll be using a test account, specifically created for this video. Please note that this video is intended for those responsible for submitting monthly interfacing files on behalf of employers within the Cheshire Pension Fund LGPS scheme. When you log into the site, you'll be presented with this home screen. Click the Start a Process tile. When you start to regularly use the portal, the processes you complete most often will appear in your most frequently used list. All available forms and submissions can be accessed through the Employer Hub drop-down button located below. To begin the upload process, select Monthly Returns Employer Upload. You'll be prompted to search for the employer for whom you're uploading the monthly data return. Once the search box appears, enter the employer's name or your employer reference number, then press the search button. From the drop-down menu, select the appropriate employer. This will display the employer's name and reference. Once you've confirmed the employer you want to submit information for, you can click the Submit button. If you're submitting a combined file with multiple employers contained within it, please ensure the employer you start the process against is contained within the file you want to use. At this point, you'll be taken to the upload process, which includes 5 stages. The first stage involves uploading the file from your computer. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see an Actions column. Work through each action in this column to complete each stage. If you have a notification alert displayed whilst carrying out an action, you will need to ensure the action is undertaken before you can proceed. When you click Submit, the validation process begins. This is where the system checks the file or files you've uploaded to ensure they're correctly formatted, all required fields are filled in, and the data meets the criteria outlined in the specifications. The validation may take a few moments to complete, depending upon the size of the file. Once the validation process is finished, your file should move to Stage 2, Data Correction. In the Actions column, click View or Edit Data on the file. Any data errors identified during the validation process will be displayed on the screen. You'll then have 2 options. You can either correct the errors line by line, recommended for a few errors, or if there are many errors or a reoccurring error on each line, you may find it easier to select Reject and Rollback the data in the Actions column. Clicking this, then proceeding to click the following button, Click here to roll back the data, will take you back to Stage 1 and allow you to resubmit the file after the necessary changes to your CSV file have been made and you can restart the upload process again. For example, if you encounter a single error, you can fix it by selecting the row and editing the data as needed. Next, click Edit Row to correct data for an individual member. A notification tab will display the errors you need to address. For instance, if you've omitted the date of admission for a new joiner, scroll down to find the Date of Admission (DOA) field and enter the correct date. You can manually input the date or use the calendar tool. Let's assume the joiner started on the 17th of January 2024. Once all errors for the individual have been corrected, scroll down to the bottom of the screen and click Save and Validate. You'll then return to Stage 2 and see the error message has been cleared, with a check mark in the Modified column for the corrected data. Repeat the process for any other lines with errors. You can verify that all errors have been resolved by going to the Filter drop-down and selecting Errors. If there are no further errors, proceed by clicking Close and then Next in your Actions column. This will bring you to Stage 3, where the lines of data will appear on your screen. Take this opportunity to double check for any remaining errors that need correction. All errors are filtered to the top of the list by default. If there are no additional errors, click Close and then proceed by clicking Submit the data in the Actions column. Finally, click Next to continue. You should now be in Stage 4 of the process, where you need to save and validate the remittance advice. In the Actions column, click on this option. Then, review the details to ensure the total contributions match your expectations. If everything looks correct, enter a dot in the Select column. Then click Edit Row and choose Save and Validate. If you're uploading data for multiple employers, such as a payroll provider or an academy with several schools, you must save and validate the remittance advice for each employer listed on the screen. In this example, I'm only working with one employer's data return. After saving and validating for each employer, click Close. In the Actions column, you'll be prompted to confirm whether you've saved and validated the remittance advice. Click on the prompt, select Yes, and then click Submit. Finally, in the Actions column, click Next to proceed to Stage 5. This is the last step in the process. Start by clicking View Remittance Advice in the Actions column. Then click Close and select Submit Remittance Advice in your Actions column.
Then click on Authorize Data.
Finally, click Submit to the Pension Fund. You'll be redirected back to your work feed, indicating the upload process is complete and the Cheshire Pension Fund MI team has received your submission for processing. Thank you for watching. We hope you found this video useful. If you require any additional assistance while uploading your file, then please refer to our PDF user guide or contact us using the email address displayed on your screen, which will get you in touch directly with the monthly interfacing team.